Let's go ahead and bring in our organic piece, our tentacle. So let's go ahead and grab our tentacle posed. Okay. Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. What you guys didn't see is after I made this tentacle and then saved the file and everything else, my computer actually crashed. So I actually had a secondary tentacle that was done out, and unfortunately I lost that. So, but that's okay. We'll just do a quick rework on this. We're gonna go ahead and copy it, and then we're gonna go back to our side one, well, our mausoleum 4. And then we're just going to go ahead and do a paste. Okay, so now we need to look to scale this down. I had all this done previously. I know we did this, etc. But like I said, my computer crashed, and you know, gotta love that. Let me turn my transparency on so I can see, through the model. Okay, and now we want to go ahead and again, deformation master. You can scale this down. You can hit the S key and scale this down and work from that appropriately. I find the deformation master is like just fantastic. I'm sorry, it's not deformation master, it's just deformation. I call it deformation master a lot of times when I'm working on it because it's just so handy. It's so good. So let's go ahead and scale it into something like that. There you go. I could deal with that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this tentacle, and we're going to scale it down, rotate around, and move it so it looks like a completely new tentacle. I think a single tentacle, I don't know that will necessarily have the same impact as if we do something a little more fun with it. Getting out of perspective, let's go ahead and pull this down. Actually, oh no, that's right. I was going to say, actually, I should just mirror this, but it has subdivisions, and actually, maybe it should. Yep, no. Deformation doesn't like subdivisions on the model. So, in fact, what I think I will go ahead and I'm going to go to geometry. On the secondary tentacle, I'm going to delete out everything that's lower. That way I can go ahead and do a mirror. There we go. Make it a little more interesting. All right, I'm going to W. That's going to pull that down. Oops, let's see. I also want to maybe angle this a little bit. Angle that in. W. We're going to just move this over a little bit. There we go. Yeah, something like that. We'll move it over just a little more. Okay. And I'm also going to now angle the top one. So R. And we're going to pull this out like that and pull it out a little bit more up. There you go. I'm going to turn off the transparency. Okay, that's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and move this tentacle over a little bit more over in this direction because we have to have the door slammed open. I can see I'm actually pushing on the top tentacle. I'm pushing through the wall, but actually that might be good. I can actually break that wall down. Oh, that's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and quickly go to our door that we've got. And I need to have it look like it's been broken outward and shattered and smashed outward, etc., etc. One of the first things I want to do is turn on my transparency. Okay, so you can see it right through there. All right, I want to make sure that the first thing I do is I click off symmetry, and I'm on R. I want to rotate. I want to rotate this so it's open. The door is like being bashed open. But we also need to look to bend the door, literally bend the door. Now the door does have my mind has gone blank. It has subdivisions. I'm sorry, subdivisions. So I'm going to just grab this top piece and I'm going to blend it out, invert it, and from this angle I'm going to hit R and I'm going to bend like it's breaking it off, and then I'm going to twist it as well. Okay, so you can see that just bent it out, and I'm going to, let's go ahead and grab that much, invert, and I want to bend it out from this direction, R. There we go. Got some nice buckling in there. I also want to go ahead and get on the move elastic. All right, and I'm going to scale up my brush, and I'm going to, oops. Oh, this has layers, that's why. Okay, gotta love that. Gotta remember all the different things that I've got. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to bake all the layers on the door. So those are now in there. And now I'm going to kind of crumple the door some. And I'm going to crumple it in. And I'm scaling my key down a little bit. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, I like that. Well, let's turn the transparency back off. Yeah. Excellent. That's looking good. That's looking good. Let's go ahead and do a perspective view on this, see how it's working out. I'm going to change the camera view because you can change right now, it's doing a perspective view, but you can go to draw and angle of view. Right now it's 50. So I can actually scale that up, say. Scale it up some more. Kind of helps to pull everything out a little bit. So you get that nice upward angle. Let's do a BPR. That's awesome. That's awesome. So there's the thing in the crypt, or the thing in the mausoleum. So I think a few more little details on the tentacles, and then some details in the top thing, and I think we basically have a piece. I think that looks really cool. All right, let's go ahead and make sure you save it up, and we'll continue. All right, so I want to do a few final little things to the tentacles, but I also want to get something done with this roof. Obviously, we don't want the roof to be blank like that. So I'm going to just go scroll up, find our rooftop. All right. Shift F, so you can see the wireframe on it. Now this does have UVs, and I did that way just because I knew I was going to be grouping things backwards and forwards. So let's go to our polygroups, and let's go to auto groups. In case you can't see it, auto groups with UV. That means I can do stuff just to the top without affecting the sides, vice versa. All right. So what I want to do right now is I want to subdivide the model, but I don't want to smooth the model. If I hit Shift F, what I mean is if I hit Control D to smooth, right off the bat, it wipes out my corners, all my edges. Control Z, I don't want to do that. I'm going to turn off this little button here, which is Smooth. Don't need it, so I'm just going to Control D, 2, 3, let's see how many we've got, 44,000, 178,000. We want to make sure we've got enough polygons. 715, I think that should be okay. All right, so we want to be able to create, this is all stone, so we want to put a stone on it, but we want to add cracks and we want to add some other things to it. In this case, we're going to go right for starting a layer. We're going to go to our surface. We're going to add in noise, noise scale, something like that. We'll change the strength, so something akin to that, and hit OK. All right, so that's really grainy, but I'm not concerned about that. We're going to go ahead and apply it. We can look at layers and turn that off. And then we can adjust it down a little bit. There you go. We want some variation, but not to the point of that it's really just messing everything up. Now, by the way, what I could do, or what I could have done, is because it has UVs, in fact, let's do that. Because it has UVs, let's go back to our surface. Surface, there we go. We're going to add in the noise. So here's our model, and I'm rotating this around just like you do regularly in ZBrush. Now what you can't see, unfortunately, is there's that UV button. I showed it to you before in one of the previous modules. So let me go ahead and click on UVs. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add noise scale. And I'm going to change this up, say something. We don't want it to be really hard. All right, so there we go instead. Apply mesh. We could do another noise just in case. Apply to mesh, layers, and we can turn that off and then adjust it as we need to. All right. What I want to do is I want to grab the top. Actually, if we're going to do this on a layer, let's just unhide everything, create a new layer. I'm going to grab this piece. This is our edging. Oops. Oh, now I'm lost. I actually spun the model around and I don't know which direction is what. There we go. Okay. So we want just the top. I'm going to grab just this section. I want to mask this, and I'll mask this section. I've got a drag rectangle. Let's go for just, again, an alpha that I grabbed from up at the download center. Oops. No. We're trying to import. There we go. Let's see. We want to import this one. Yes.